the universities have become corporate. I witnessed that almost 20 years ago when the university was taken over by this neoliberal philosophy of privatization and deregulation, and where this conservative trend of physical responsibility, what they call that, because of that, they destroyed the program I was in, Future Studies, and I have not been able to be a professor at a university. That's what I'd really like to be. So my dream certainly cannot come true unless we have a revolution on campus and we stop this neoliberal philosophy that runs the administration, that runs the state of Arizona, and kick these people out and rethink what education is, especially with the internet and with young people learning through television, through radio, through media, through the internet. That's how people are learning. You don't need to even go to school anymore. You can learn all of this stuff on the internet. What the schools do is they give you accreditation or they give you a degree, so then perhaps you can get a job. That's not necessarily true these days. You can have an advanced degree and no job. And this is happening more and more because of this technological unemployment that is eliminating many jobs. Because we're in an oppressive social order, there are people that come out, idealistic people out of these universities with degrees in anthropology or sociology, and they want to change society, but they can't even get on campus because they don't fit into the program of corporate education. They have a different idea of what education is. I certainly did. I saw that the university needed to have a place for wisdom. And wisdom is different than knowledge. Wisdom is a collective understanding of what we need to do in order to survive on this planet. Because right now, we're not surviving very well. All these species are going extinct. Our knowledge is so chaotic at this point. If you go to campus, you'll feel this sense of chaos. There's not a organization that makes sense. The lawns are still green and they're still watering them, and they probably put pesticides on them as well. Now, instead, we should be growing food and using solar energy and having a plan of conversion at the universities. Now, my idea is that how we would take over the universities is, first of all, there needs to be massive demonstrations on campus. The students need to get out there and occupy the university and demand that it go solar, shut down the coal industry or natural gas or whatever is running that thing. Switch over the energy to solar, and then to examine what we need to build in order to house people in sustainable ways. Now, my idea is that we need to have a major change in housing to go into these ecological city designs. Tucson is not an ecological city. It's not sustainable. We're running out of water. I've just went to several lectures. The University of Arizona is not conserving water. It doesn't have a long-term plan for how we can use our water so that we can have a long-term civilization here. So my idea is that each university needs to become the center of this Lovolution, a nonviolent worldwide transformation to use our knowledge in a way that builds our colleges. That's a word coined by Dr. Paula Soleri, an architect who attempted to build a prototype arcology in Arizona. It hasn't worked out, and I think the reason why is because he didn't have the knowledge base and the student base to make it happen. This is a big project. It needs an administration to do it. It needs a government that really is idealistic, that's imaginative, that if we want to change the world, we have to use our imagination, get out of these boxes that we live, and change the value system of why people even go to a university. There have been scholars who have written about the hidden agenda of education. And one of those speakers that you just heard was talking about that education is a pathway to getting out of poverty. And then once you get out of poverty, you can buy the car, you can buy the house, you can have the family, then you get the American dream. That's the hidden agenda behind the educational system, is to make money. You can get a job. You can get a job that's not at McDonald's or some other place that just sucks the living life out of you, gives you this lifestyle that is unhealthy, that makes one fat, that does not allow one to be oneself. So each university needs to have a core of futurists, like myself, a Department of Future Studies. And we would be the synthesis of all the knowledge that is coming in from the various departments. So we're the synthesizer of the information. And the information that we need is how to build arcologies. An arcology for 1 million people, let's say on Arizona State Trust land. This would be a worldwide project to see if we can do it. And this project is necessary. If we ever want to explore outer space, then we need to build an arcology, an open ecosystem. It's using the Earth's atmosphere in order to have the natural resources flowing. Now, the University of Arizona attempted to create a closed biosphere. That was the Biosphere 2 project. And I think we need to put more effort into that as well. Let's build another prototype better than Biosphere 2 to experiment with a closed ecosystem. Now, why do we need to do this? Well, our present civilization, the industrial fossil fuel civilization, is killing the atmosphere. It's changing the climate. So this project is absolutely necessary. So all of our knowledge, all the scholars in the world need to get behind this project in order to save the human race, to liberate our imagination, and to bring us into the next level of civilization, a type 1 civilization, one that is united as a global culture. Everything is working in that direction as far as that video that I just showed. On the other side of the mall from the protest, there was a multicultural dance. I think those were people from Saudi Arabia. And I put that in because here's the oil-rich countries dancing at the University of Arizona You know, this is really a global transformation. And here in the United States, that McDonald's worker was obviously part of the third world. So even in the United States, we have the first world and the third world. And that's how it is most places I've ever traveled, is that the class system is wherever you are. I really hope that the students can comprehend this message. I'm making it as good as I can. I'm continuing to work on this vision because I still believe in it. After all these years, I've been an idealist since I was 20. And the ideas continue to inspire me and to lead me forward. And I hope that this generation will be inspired to actually build our ecology, but it will not happen unless we take over the universities with a wisdom that future studies can bring us. So I want to thank everybody for watching my video, for being here, and to the psychically supporting me. Thank you, Access Tucson. You're still here, still with us. Thank you. So now I'm doing the 3-part yogi breath. To do this, put your hands on your belly and allow the oxygen to fill your lower diaphragm. And then move your hands to the sides of your ribs and feel the air moving them away from your body. And finally, put your hands on your clavicle. And then putting them all together is the 3-part yogic breath. Deep breathing. And as we get in touch with our breath, we get in touch with that divine essence of the external world coming into our bodies. So it's the touch of the external and the internal world. This divine movement that happens at birth and stops at death. As 80% of our energy comes in through oxygen, this resource that is created through plants and the carbon cycle. And we're giving off the carbon dioxide, which then the plants can use. And we're light workers because we are light. Using the light from the plants. And then we're also cosmic because the sun is a cosmic sphere of hydrogen, giving off the radiation needed for us to exist. So I don't know where she is. I guess it's over.